This is Panindra, CEO course academic in charge. So let me tell you the agenda of this particular video. So in this video I will be discussing detailed. So in this video I will be providing you complete details of CMA course. Complete details of CMA course. So here I will be dealing with information like what is meant by CMA and who is a regulatory body and what are the levels present in CMA course. So what are the opportunities available for practicing cost accountant and who is actually called as a practicing cost accountant, and what are the opportunities available for qualified CMA who choose for employment, and so what are the benefits available for qualified CMA, qualified CMA, and what are the features of each and every level available in CMA course. So let me start with the first part, that is brief introduction to the CMA course. Brief introduction to the CMA course. So what is meant by CMA? What stands for CMA? So CMA is nothing but CMA full form is Cost and Management Accountant. So Cost and Management Accountancy course. So who gets qualified this CMA course will be called as a qualified CMA. So qualified Cost and Management Accountant. So in this particular CMA course there will be three levels. First is CMA Foundation, second is CMA Inter, and third is CMA Final. So one who qualifies all these three levels of CMA course will be called as a qualified Cost and Management Accountant. Qualified Cost and Management Accountant. So one who qualifies this CMA course will be having two options. So one is practice and another is service. So one who chooses practice is called as a practicing cost accountant, and one who chooses service will be appointed. Working as an employee in organizations. Will be working as an employee in organizations. So let me let me explain you the opportunities available for practicing cost accountant. So he can be appointed as a cost auditor for manufacturing companies or else like manufacturing entities. So which crosses a prescribed turnover limit in the particular financial year. And he can be even appointed for stock audits, concurrent audits, compliance and due diligence audits of various public and private sector banks. And he can be even appointed as a recovery consultant and business valuation advisor in banking sector and NBFCs. So he can be appointed as an auditor for special audits under Customs Act, and he can practice. He can become a certified GST practitioner. A practicing cost accountant can be empaneled by central and state governments, companies, banks for various works like cost management, financial management, material management, ARP, tax consultancy, energy audits, etc. Okay, so these are only few examples. He can be even appointed as an internal auditor. He can be even appointed as an internal auditor in state or central public sector undertakings. He can be even appointed as internal auditor for credit trading agencies, stockbrokers, trading members, clearing members, as prescribed by SEBI. Some examples for scope of work available for practicing cost accountant. Okay, so I have provided these examples only for the sake of your awareness. Okay, beyond these examples, a practicing cost accountant has lots of opportunities. And let me tell you about the opportunities available for CMA professionals who choose for employment. So they can provide their services, or they can work as an employee in organizations present in fields like finance sector, accounting, and managerial and decision making sectors. So let me discuss about the opportunities available for qualified CMAs who choose for employment. So they can provide services in organizations present in finance sector, accounting sector, managerial and decision making sectors. and they can even provide their services as tax advisories, business valuation actuaries, internal auditors, and cost auditors in various MNCs as well as other private and public organizations. So, how do a qualified CMA can get employment opportunities? So, ICMAI, who is a regulated body of CMA course, will be conducting campus placements for each and every attempt. So once institute announces their results of each and every attempt, they will be conducting campus placements within a month. So at certain regional council centers like Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, Delhi, and Kolkata. So those who qualify the particular CMA course in that particular attempt is eligible to attend these campus placements. And believe me, the salary package being offered to the CMA candidates in campus placements will be around 7 to 8 lakhs per annum. That is on an average. So here are the details of recent campus placements. So these are all the organizations that have attended for campus placements. So these are the organizations that came to campus placements and recruited certain candidates. Okay, so if you observe one thing, you can able to find out that all these organizations are public sector undertakings. So NLC, Coal India, ONGC, GAIL, BHEL, HPCL, so Power Corporation, NBCC. So all these are all PSUs, and these are all the organizations. So Deloitte, Vedanta, Wipro, Saint Gobain, ITC. So these are all MNCs. So if you observe one thing, the salary package being offered by certain PSUs for a qualified CMA is around 8 to 10 lakhs. 8 to 10 lakhs. So simply saying CMA is a shortcut for a government job. CMA can be treated as a shortcut for CMA job with a decent salary and with decent respect. Central government has even constituted an all India cadre known as Indian Cost Accountants Service. Indian Cost Accountants Service. Just like other civil services like IAS, IFS and IRS. So ICAS is also an Indian service, All India Cadre Service, constituted by government at par with other class 1 services. Okay, this service is especially constituted to advise the government in cost pricing and in framing the appropriate fiscal and tax policies. So CMAs who have qualified, qualified CMAs are eligible for attempting ICAS, Indian Cost Accountants Service. Okay, so these are all. You can even get some foreign opportunities. So there are ample opportunities in foreign countries like Germany, England, and certain African countries as well. So with extraordinary packages. Okay, and in certain countries like Australia and US, Indian CMA course is recognized, and we can even directly get Australia's CMA membership in US and even in US. So once we qualify CMA course in India, we can get membership of a course which is at par with Indian CMA in certain countries like Australia and US. Even without writing a single subject or single exam in that particular foreign course, you can even claim membership of that particular foreign course once you qualify Indian CMA. I just want to bring to a kind notice that many members of ICMA, who have qualified CMA course, are holding top management positions like chairman, CEO, CFOs, MDs. CFOs. So these are all the designations to which certain companies will give preference to CMAs. And one more important thing. If you qualify CMA final, I mean to say, if you qualify CMA course, and if you want to pursue CS course, then you need not write CS Foundation, and you will be able to get exemption in three papers. Each in CS Executive and CS Professional also. So, and even you can gain easy access to some other reputed courses, to some other national and international reputed courses like ACCA, CMA, US CMA. Okay, so you will be able to claim many benefits and even exemptions regarding training fees and exams once you qualify CMA, and if you are interested to join for these type of foreign professional courses. So let me get into first level of CMA course, that is CMA Foundation. So what is the eligibility to get into CMA Foundation? That is the first question that will be arising in the minds of students. So one who passes 10th class is eligible to register for CMA Foundation, but in order to write his CMA Foundation exams, he must qualify intermediate or 12th standard. Even though he can register for CMA Foundation as and when he gets complete 10th class, he should wait till the completion of intermediate exams, till he gets qualified intermediate course in order to write CMA Foundation exams. So is there any other way? So whenever a student wants to register for CMA Foundation course, he should submit evidence that he has qualified 10th class. Or sometimes he can even apply for registration to CMA Foundation course on provisional basis. That means even though he hasn't qualified 10th class, he can register for CMA Foundation course on provisional basis. Okay, so he will be given 36 months of time to convert from provisional status to regular status. So in that particular period of time, within that particular period of time, such student who has got provisional registration has to submit his qualification details, his pass certificate. So after getting provisional registration, he has to submit his 10th class pass certificate in order to change his provisional status to regular status. And what about registration fee? So this will be informed from time to time. As of now, it is 4,500 rupees. There is some information that this will be hiked in recent future. So there was a notification from ICMA that fees will be revised from February 1st. So as and when that notification gets into effect, we will be intimating you the revised fee structure. So what about the last date of registration? So we can say this last date for registration on attempt basis. So if you are planning to attempt for June exams, the last date for registration to CMA Foundation course is January 31st. And if you are planning to attempt December exams, then the last date of registration is July 31st. In simple words, enrollment into the particular course must be completed at least 4 months prior to the month of examination. 4 months prior to the month of examination. So, examination months are June and December, right? So, CMA Foundation or else CMA Inter or else CMA Final, whatever the level of CMA course, exams will be conducted in the months of June and December. So, exams will be conducted for each level for twice a year. So, June and December. So, the last date or else like registration should be completed 4 months prior to the month of exam. So, month of exam is June. Suppose the month of exam is June. So 4 months prior means May, April, March, February. So prior 4 months prior. So the last date will be January 31st. So in the same case of the same case will be applicable to December attempt also. So exam month will be December, and 4 months prior means November, October, September, August. 4 months, right? So the last date will be July 31st. So while you are applying for registration, what are all the procedural aspects you need to follow? You have to submit attested copies of 10th class certificate or 12th class standard certificate, as the case may be, based upon your qualification. And along with that attested copies of passing certificates, you have to submit 2 passport size photos and Aadhaar Xerox also. Okay, so there are 2 modes of coaching. So once you register for, while you are registering for CMA Foundation or CMA Inter or CMA Final, whatever it may be, so you will be having 2 options of coaching. So in the registration application itself, we have to opt for types of coaching. So one is oral coaching and other is postal coaching. So what is meant by oral coaching? So a student desirous of pursuing the course under oral coaching has to get admitted in a regional council or chapter at the time of admission in foundation or registration in intermediate or enrollment in final course. Student needs to collect study materials physically from concerned regional council or chapter offices. So one who joins under oral coaching, they will be provided minimum of 240 lecture hours per group at CA inter level and CA final level. Okay, and the duration will be around 4 months. So students have to attend coaching classes at that particular chapter or regional council or oral coaching centers of ICMAI. Okay, so they have to attend physical classes. Or in this particular pandemic situation, they are even conducting for online classes, but they have to attend classes. That is for sure. And after completion of coaching, this particular oral coaching center or regional council or chapter office will be conducting a 3-hour examination for each subject, and one has to secure a minimum of 40% marks in each subject. So one who completes this coaching and one who gets qualified in the examination being conducted after coaching will only be eligible to write for CMA Foundation exams or CMA Inter exams or CMA Final exams, whatever it may be. Okay, but if you get registered to CMA Foundation course or CMA Inter course or CMA Final course, whatever it may be, through masterminds, then all these things will be taken care of by masterminds itself. Okay, so we will be announcing or providing information later on. So let me go to the second mode of coaching. That is postal mode of coaching. So a student who wants to join for postal coaching mode needs to opt the same at the time of admission at the time of submitting the registration application for CMA Foundation course or CMA Inter course or CMA Final course, as the case may be. And they will be provided study materials they will be posted. Study materials will be posted to their registered address. And even students need to write and submit answers for postal test papers which are provided or uploaded in ICMA website for attaining eligibility in exam, which is sometimes rejected by some institutes. So it is always beneficial to choose oral coaching mode itself. So as I said earlier, exams will be conducted twice a year, in the month of June and December. And one more important thing is these exams will be conducted continuously on continuous days. So you have to know that exam fee is different from registration fee. Exam fee is different from registration fee. So exam fee will be has to be paid during the time of submitting exam application. Which will be usually around 1 or 1.5 months prior to the month of examination, prior to the commencement of examinations. So that is what I am saying here. Last date for examination. So 31st March is the last date for June attempt, and 30th September is the last date for December attempt. So when a student is considered to qualify CMA foundation course, so he has to score at least 40% in each paper, and 50% in aggregate total. So in CMA foundation level, there will be no concept of exemption or carry forward. There will be no exemption or carry forward concepts. So in CMA foundation there is no concept of ranks also. Okay, CMA foundation consists of 4 papers. So first paper is fundamentals of economics and management. Second one is fundamentals of accounting, and third one is fundamentals of laws and ethics, and fourth paper is fundamentals of business mathematics and statistics. So all these papers are available even in your CA foundation. So one who studies or pursuing a CA foundation course can simply attempt a CMA foundation course even without any coaching. Of course, there will be necessary to take coaching for few concepts or a few chapters or 1 or 2 subjects, which will be around some 50 to 60 hours of coaching. That's it. 50 to 60 hours of coaching. I can say for sure that CMA foundation course will not be a big deal for students who are pursuing CA foundation course. And let's get into CMA Inter. So who will be eligible to study CMA Inter? That is the first question, right? So students who qualified CMA foundation. There is a first method to get into CMA Inter course. Okay, and some students can register or get admission into CMA Inter course through direct entry scheme also. So what is meant by direct entry scheme? So some students or some candidates will be eligible to register for CMA Inter course even without writing the CMA foundation course, even before writing or qualifying CMA foundation course. So simply saying they can directly enter into CMA Inter course. That is what meant by direct entry scheme. So who are all such students who are eligible for direct entry scheme? Or so who have qualified CS foundation, or who have qualified CA Inter, or else who have qualified CAT under CMA course itself. I mean which is conducted by CMA Institute itself. CAT is conducted by CMA Institute itself. Okay, so who have completed CAT, CAT are also eligible for CMA Inter course directly without writing CMA foundation. And students who qualified the graduation or post-graduation courses like BCom, MCom, BSc, MSc, BTech, MTech. Okay, so such candidates can also register directly to CMA Inter without doing any CMA foundation course. Certain students will be eligible to get registered for CMA Inter course on provisional basis, and such student will be given 18 months of time to convert from provisional status to regular status. Okay, so who are such candidates who are eligible for registering to CMA intercourse on provisional basis. So students or candidates who are in last 6 months of their course. I mean, like if you are a degree student and if you are in the last 6 months of your BCom course, then even you can register for CMA Inter. So as you are not a qualified, as you haven't qualified your graduation course and you are in last 6 months of your course, you are said to be unqualified, right? Or else like you haven't qualified graduation course. So if you are in last 6 months of graduation course, then you will be able to register to CMA Inter course on provisional basis. And once you complete your graduation course, you can submit your pass certificate. And that should be within 18 months of time from the date of your provisional registration. 18 months of time from your date of provisional registration. So registration fee will be informed to you in the later period. So last date of registration, just like a CMA foundation course. So what are the procedural aspects of registration to CMA course, CMA Inter course? So in addition to CMA foundation, so what are all the aspects you have followed for CMA foundation registration? You have to, I mean, there will be one additional mark sheet that has to be submitted. Okay, what is it? So that is attested mark sheet copies of your graduation course or CMA foundation or CS foundation or CA Inter or CAT, basing upon your mode of entry into CMA Inter course. Basing on your mode of entry into CMA Inter course. If you are entering through direct entry scheme and if you are entering through graduation, then you have to submit your pass certificate of your BCom course or some other graduation course along with attested copies of 10th class certificate and 12th standard certificate and 2 passport size photos and other Xerox. And if you are entering through CMA foundation course, then you have to submit CMA foundation pass certificate along with 10th and 12th certificates and passport size photos and other Xerox. In the same way will be applicable for CS foundation mode and CA Inter mode or CAT mode, and different modes of registration same as CMA foundation. So you will be having 2 modes of coaching. One is postal mode and one is oral coaching mode. So how many papers will be present in CMA Inter? So there will be 8 papers and divided into 2 groups. 4 papers in each. So group 1 will be having 4 papers and group 2 will be having 4 papers. Total comes to 8. And each paper will be conducted for 100 marks. So a student can appear for 2 groups at a time or single group, that is one after another. So if student wants to write both the groups at a time, then he can do that. And if any student wants to write a single group at a time, so after completing one group, he can attempt for another group in next attempt. Okay. So when a student becomes eligible to write CMA Inter exams, so he must have completed registration to CMA Inter course. So when can you say that you have completed registration to CMA Inter course? If you have satisfied all these conditions. So if you have satisfied all these procedural aspects of registration, then you will be set to have completed registration to CMA Inter course, right? So after completion of registration to CMA Inter, so you have to undergo training for 200 hours. You have to undergo training for 200 hours. So which is called as employability and techno skill development training. Which will be conducted for 200 hours, and the divisions you can see that. So SAP Finance Power User Program and Certification, which is for 60 hours, Microsoft certification for 40 hours, Cambridge University certification for 20 hours, e-filing for 20 hours, knowledge support from the institute, that is 60 hours. Total comes to 200 hours. So here also I want to just inform you that if you make registration for CMA inter course through masterminds, you will be having, you will be able to get some benefits. Okay, so we will share you more details in coming videos or in your classes. Okay, or in the form of a notice or circular. So, what is meant by? What is examination fees? So, if you want to attempt for both groups in a particular attempt, then you have to pay 2,400 rupees along with submission of your exam application. And if you want to write only one group in any particular attempt, then you have to pay 1,200 rupees. So this fees has to be paid in each and every attempt in which you are going to write your exams. So if you want to write one group in June 2021, then you have to pay 1,200 rupees. That is examination fees for single group. That is examination fees for single group. And that too for CMA inter-level. Okay. And if you are writing another group, second group in December 2021 attempt, then you have to pay examination fees of 1,200 for that particular attempt along with your exam application for December 2021 attempt. So there is no physical mode of applying this exam application, but you have to submit your exam application in online mode itself, and you have to pay this examination fees through online. That's it. So last day for exam application, this is also same as CMA Foundation, and when exams are conducted for CMA Inter, so same as CMA Foundation. So in the month of June and in the month of December. So roughly saying CMA Inter exams will be conducted or commenced from December 10th or December 11th, most probable dates. Okay, and so exemptions. So I will be discussing a later part of this particular document. So when a student is considered to qualify CMA Inter course, when a student is considered to qualify CMA course, so he has to score at least 40% in each paper. He has to score at least 40% in each paper and 50% in total aggregate, that means. So CMA Institute will be announcing 50 ranks for CMA interlevel, 50 ranks for CMA interlevel, and students scoring at least 60 to 65% in both groups are attending ranks in CMA Inter as per recent information. Okay, and what are all the subjects or what are all the papers that are available in CMA Inter? That are available in CMA Inter. So, first paper is financial accounting. Second paper is laws and ethics. Third paper is direct taxation, cost accounting, operation management, strategic management, cost and management accounting and financial management, indirect taxation, company accounts and audit. So, in certain papers, you will be able to find two subjects. Like see, in paper 5, you will be able to see two subjects, but one paper. So, operation management is a different subject and strategic management is a different subject. And in the same way, here also. So, cost and management accounting is one different subject and financial management different subject. Here also. Company accounts and audit. Company accounts is different from audit. So let's get into CMA final course. So majority information provided here will be similar to your CMA foundation course and CMA inter course. Okay, so procedural aspects, nothing but you have seen in CMA inter course. Okay, and different modes for revision, same as CMA foundation. Exams are conducted. When exams are conducted, same as CMA inter and same as CMA inter. Okay, so papers. So 8 papers divided into 2 groups. Each paper for 100 marks. So you can write both groups at a time, or you can write one group in one attempt and the other group in next attempt. So when a student becomes eligible to write CMA final exams, so this is the important thing, Nani. So he must have completed registration to CMA final course. He must have completed registration to CMA final course, and he should also complete IOTP. That is nothing but industry oriented training program, which is conducted for 7 days and you should also complete practical training for a minimum period of 15 months. Practical training period for a minimum period of 15 months. Of course, the practical training period applicable for CMA student is 3 years, that is 36 months. But in order to attempt your CMA final exams, it is sufficient to complete 15 months of your practical training period. So in order to write your CMA final exams, it is sufficient to complete 15 months of your practical training. Okay, so you need not complete 3 years of your practical training in order to write your CMA final exams. So remaining, in simple words, before attempting your CMA final exams, you have to complete and you have to submit sufficient evidence that you have completed 15 months of your practical training. And after attempting or after completion of your CMA final, you can continue your remaining 21 months of your articleship, or you can even go for employment. You can even go for employment and do a job for 21 months, and later you can claim exemption to articles by showing your job experience as your articleship experience or practical training. Okay, so even after the completion of your CMA final course, you need not continue your remaining period of articles or practical training, which is 21 months. Instead of that, you can join for job, and after completion of 21 months in that particular job, you can submit that experience as compensatory to your practical training. Okay, so in either way you can complete your practical training. So as I said earlier, we might have remembered that in order to write your CMA final, you have to complete 15 months of practical training, right? So this is articles or practical training is not only the option. Okay, if you are in any job, if you are in any service, and if you are in a field of accounts or finance or costing and having an experience of 15 months, then also you can claim, or you can claim for exemption of practical training, and you can submit that job experience of 15 months in order to attempt your CMA final course. So simply I'm saying, so articles of practical training period is divided into two parts. So first part will be for 15 months and second part will be for 21 months. So either first part or second part, you will be having two options. So 15 months of practical training period can be done under a practicing cost accountant, or you can even do a job in respective fields of accounts, finance, costing, whatever it may be. Okay, and you can claim such a job experience as compensation to practical training. Okay, and same way for 21 months of practical training period also. So you can either continue your articles, or you can even submit 21 months of job experience certificate and claim exemption to 21 months of practical training and complete your practical training period of total 36 months or 3 years. So once you complete and once you submit your evidence of completing 3 years of practical training, you will be eligible to claim membership of ICMA. You will be eligible to claim membership of ICMA. So you have to note that if you want to enter into practice, then definitely you have to get membership of ICMA. Okay, so in order to get membership, you have to satisfy a rule that You have completed 36 months of practical training. Okay, so there is no such direct rule that you have to complete 36 months of practical training in order to start your practice. Okay, but in an indirect way, there is a rule which is binding or controlling you to get start with your practice. So in order to start your practice, you have to get membership of ICMA, and in order to get your membership of ICMA, you have to complete your 36 months of training, practical training. The 36 months can be a job experience or a practical training under practicing cost accountant. But in order to go for service or employment, you need not have any membership. So there is no compulsion that you have to complete 36 months of practical training. But in order to attempt your CMA final and in order to be recognized as a qualified CMA, you have to complete 15 months of practical training. That is mandatory. Again, I am repeating. So in order to go for service or employment, you need not require any membership. Okay, so there is no mandatory requirement for completing 36 months of practical training, but you have to note that you have to complete 15 months of practical training to attempt your CMA final. So only when you attempt your CMA final, then only you will be able to pass your CMA final, right? So there is a mandatory requirement for completing 15 months of practical training if you want to go for employment. Okay, so now you will be, I think you are aware of difference between practice and employment. So what are all the subjects that are available in CMA final? So there are 8 papers, not subjects. There are 8 papers divided into 2 groups. Each group will be having 4 papers. So what is exemption? You can listen this particular term at CMA inter or CMA final level. Okay, so this particular exemption is not all bothered about CMA foundation. This particular term is applicable or useful at CMA inter or CMA final levels itself. When you can be said as you have scored an exemption. So whenever you score 60 marks in any particular paper or papers, then it is said as such student has got exemption. So whenever you have scored an exemption in 1 or 2 papers and got failed in 1 or 2 remaining papers, then you need not write the paper in which you got 60 or more marks in your next attempt. So let us take an example. In group 1 of CMA Inter, you have 4 papers, and in 1 paper you have got 60 marks, and you got failed in all the other 3 papers. I mean, you have scored less than 40 marks in each of the papers. Okay, so you have to write group 1 again in next attempt, but you need not write the paper in which you got a score of 60 marks or more. It's just sufficient to write remaining 3 papers. So you have to note that exemption will be granted only if the student attends for all the exams in that particular group. Okay, so let's take an example. If you have scored 60 marks or more in any one particular subject of group 1 of CMA Inter, you will be granted exemption for that particular subject or paper. Only when you attend for all the remaining papers of that particular group. Okay, so attendance is compulsory for all the papers of that particular group. So carry forward of marks. So as I said earlier, let us take the example of let us take a previous example itself. So in that example, I have said that a student has scored 60 marks or more in one particular paper, and he has failed in all the other 3 papers of the particular group. So in next attempt, he has to write all the remaining 3 papers, provided he has attended for all the 3 papers in his previous attempt, in which he has got that exemption, right? So in the next attempt, he will be writing remaining 3 papers. So when he will be said that he has completed his particular group or group 1, only when he scored 40 marks, at least 40 marks in each paper of those 3 papers, and along with that he should also get 50% aggregate in all the 3 papers together. So in simple words, he has to score at least 40 marks in each paper, in each of the 3 papers, and in aggregate of those 3 papers, the aggregate of those 3 papers should exceed 150 marks. That is 50%. Okay, only then he will be considered as qualified in group 1. So you should also remember that in the next attempt, if such student appears for exam in the papers in which he got exemption or carried forward, then such exemption or carry forward gets cancelled automatically. So in order to claim your exemption, then definitely you have to, you should not attend for that particular paper in your next attempt. You should not attend. So such exemption or carry forward benefit will be given for 3 continuous attempts only. So 3 attempts will be counted irrespective of the fact that student applied for the exam or not, and irrespective of the fact that the student appeared for exams or not. The facility of exemption or carry forward can be availed for any number of papers which are scored in one single attempt in one or multiple groups. If a student writes multiple attempts and achieves some exemption in multiple attempts, then he can avail exemption or carry forward of marks in number of papers in which he has achieved exemption in his first attempt and not yet expired in a group. If the same student achieves exemption in some papers in separate groups in 2 different attempts, then he can claim exemption in both the groups. See, if a student will be eligible for a rank only when he or she appears in all the papers of both the groups in one sitting without any carry forward or exemptions and qualify the examination, securing the marks above the cutoff level. Students will be eligible for rank if he or she forgoes their exemptions from future attempts. So this is let's get into practical training scheme. This is being implemented from last February. This new concept of practical training scheme was introduced in the month of February 2020 itself. So under this particular notification, which was released on 11th February, you have to undergo 15 months of practical training before you are attempting of CMA final. And you have to undergo this practical training under a practicing cost accountant or firm of cost accountants, and even you can undergo this practical training in organizations with a minimum turnover of 25 lakhs in case of service sector organizations, or minimum turnover of 50 lakhs in case of other than service sector organizations, organization of service sector. So I will be discussing detailedly this new practical training scheme in some other video. So these are all the contact details of CMA details of various helpline numbers and email IDs. So here we have even provided you important due dates for each and every aspect at CA foundation level and CMA inter level or final level. So revalidation. So once you register for any particular level of CMA course, that registration will be valid for a period of 3 years. So if you don't get complete this particular level within such 3 years, then you have to revalidate your registration by paying certain amount of fees. by paying certain amount of fees. So again, such revalidation certificate will be valid for a period of 3 years. So is it mandatory to undergo 15 months of practical training? Yes, I have said, I have detailedly discussed about this particular aspect in previous parts itself. So for students pursuing CA as well as CMA courses, what is the best possible time for CMA inter exams? The best possible time for CMA inter exams is immediately after writing your CA inter exams in the first attempt. So after completion of CA inter exams, you will be having approximately a period of 20 to 25 days to attempt this CMA inter. Okay, so that's the time is sufficient to prepare for your CMA inter exams, and that too, since you have knowledge of CA inter course or CMA inter syllabus, CA inter syllabus, so you just need to refer the additional syllabus which is exclusively available in CMA inter. That will be around 10 to 20%. That's it. So if you can get thorough with that 10 to 20% of syllabus in the time span of these 25 days or 20 to 25 days, then you can easily deal with CMA inter exams. So is it necessary to take membership from CMA institute in order to go for employment? No. I have clearly said about this particular aspect in previous parts itself. So will there be any clash of dates by writing CA and CMA exams? So as I said earlier, CA exams will be conducted in the month of November and CMA exams will be conducted in the month of December. Or in case of May or June attempt, CA exams will be conducted in the month of May and CMA exams will be conducted in the month of June. So there will be no aspect of clash of dates. So this is a CMA course flowchart. CMA course flowchart. We have presented it in a simple flowchart. So this is the roadmap. Thank you.